Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I have taken up another challenge. As many of you are probably very familiar by now, I like to do these terrible weapon challenge videos just to kind of keep Battlefield 3 fresh. It's been out for a really long time, and it's fun just to kind of mix things up. And so that's the reason why I've used the stationary tow missile turret. I did that last week. I used the EOD bot all by itself to try and get kills with it. I'll use an atrocious weapon with a terrible combination of attachments, and then see if I can go on some kill streaks with it. And last time, and I get this suggestion a lot, is to see if I can get any kills with the Xbow with the explosive bolt. And in all honesty, I love the crossbow in Battlefield 3. It's one of my favorite weapons. I always use it on the sniper class. I mean, you guys have probably seen my videos where I'll run around with just the crossbow using the standard bolt, killing people left and right. It's extremely satisfying, and it's one of my favorite weapons in the game. But when you slap on the explosive bolt, things change dramatically, and probably one of the largest changes is that it has one of the slowest bolt velocities in the game. When you pull the trigger, it is only going to fly at 45 meters per second, which is at a snail's pace, and because of that, anything at like 10 meters or at a medium distance, you're going to have to aim way above the target's head, and if you try to take someone out at those distances, it basically turns into a very ineffective mortar where it arcs through the sky. Hopefully it drops directly and hits them directly, because if it doesn't, you're not going to garner the kill. Like I said, it's kind of like a mini mortar, but a very ineffective one because it doesn't have like any splash damage. In today's video, you will notice that there will be players, enemies, directly in front of me that are basically holding my hand. I will pull the trigger and no damage will be done to me. They will die. It will kind of have that explosive effect in me. Dust will kind of, particles will fly all over the place, but I will still be at 100% health. And it's because of that makes this so challenging. And so kind of the way that I approached this was I knew I needed to be very aggressive. If I try to go for anything at a medium distance or even 10 meters out, it was going to be very challenging to try to line those things up. Not only did I have to aim way above the target's head, but I also had to watch where they were moving. If they were a moving target, it was going to be infinitely more challenging to try and take them out and get a direct hit with that. If I was able to do it, it was extremely satisfying and very embarrassing for the person that died, but it didn't happen very often. And so my thought process was try to stay up close and personal, get into scenarios where I didn't have to deal with that bullet drop as much, and just kind of hit and run. Do a hit and run with what I would normally do with a standard bolt with the crossbow. And I was fairly successful when I did that. I was able to go on some kill streaks, but it wasn't easy, and it was kind of a headache trying to get any gameplay for this. But in all honesty, the explosive bolt is really just meant for assault and recon players that want some sort of damage against enemy vehicles. While it's not going to do a lot of damage, if you want to maybe help out your engineer take out an enemy tank, it's going to do like 8% damage, you can do so. If you're on the Aftermath DLCs, you see a Jeep roll on by, you can fire one of those at them and I think it will disable them on the first shot. I mean, it's reasonably effective against light armored vehicles. And if you're really lucky, you can snipe a helicopter. I never tried, I never even attempted it because of the very slow bullet velocity, but if you are able to pull it off, not only would it be an amazing moment, but they're also going to drop out of the sky extremely fast. But really, that's what's awesome about the Xbow. If you want to take out infantry units, you can use the balanced bolt to take out people at a distance, the standard bolt if you're trying to run and gun and you know that you're going to be up close and personal, and if you needed to do some damage against enemy vehicles, you can do so as well. It's a very versatile weapon and why I like it so much. But overall, this was a pretty difficult challenge. I would say that I had probably the most success on the close quarter maps because of what I said earlier, that I needed to stay up close and personal, and especially on Zebra Tower where I took advantage of some of the stairs and kind of just took pot shots at people where I knew there was going to be a lot of traffic, but also kind of gave myself some cover so that I could go through the really long reload animation of this thing. That is one downside that I probably should mention, is that the crossbow does have one of the longest reload times out of any of the guns in the game. But if I was able to get into those scenarios where a lot of people were kind of oblivious to my presence, I could take advantage of the stealthiness of the bow while an explosion does happen. I don't show up on the mini-map, and as long as they were kind of up close and I could kind of duck for cover after that, I was fairly successful. But that is about it for today's terrible weapon challenge, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a setup that you would like me to try next, you can let me know by leaving a comment down below, and also make sure to thumbs up the ones you would also like me to try. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.